Alright, this is called silhouette. Sometimes I feel like I'm nothing but a silhouette, natural but hollow. Like I'm just a plastered shadow against a door that bleeds onto the floor, no reflection of my own, no depth to call home. Unseen by those, too busy looking at themselves to see what lies beneath them. And sometimes it seems like the only time I can be seen is when I'm under someone else's brightness, casted against their background. And I'm only there to remind them that for every corner light may illuminate, one more shadow is cast, adding to the state of living in a second dimension. Burnt to the wall like I was caught in a nuclear explosion with the things I wanted to be when I grew up killed in the holocaust of emotion, leaving nothing behind but the etched-in reflection of ash on the sidewalk, a permanent mark on the face of the earth, proving I'm worthless and rendering me hopeless. You are a silhouette. I know that you felt this way too. I see it in your irises every time I look at you. The pain that you've been through, the way you try to stomach the bruises gnawing your insides and rot away the cries until you leave nothing behind but dry skin cells, pelted with lying insults until you have nowhere to hide but in darkness. But what was meant to be an escape becomes a prison when you're too blind to find your way back out, blacked out and erased. When it's always too late to try something new, but too soon to try again. When you've been angry for so long, you're too tired to feel content, but too drained to even feel sorrow anymore. And tomorrow will be more of the same. So you walk with your head stretched in shame against the wall, so no one can see how you really feel. But you can't heal until you reveal to the world and to yourself that every heart beats, even when it's being choked. And for every joke made at your expense, for every time they made you feel like you should be the one to repent for their sins, or the sins they decided are your own, I'm sorry. There is no home for the heartless, because home is where the heart is, and right now, my own is feeling more like a house and less like a home. But the foundations were made with sticks and stones, so I know that whenever I get back to my roots, I can say in absolute certainty that I made it. And you will too. But you can't fake your way to depth, and saying you're happy in the mirror while taking deep breaths every day works about as well as when I say that you're beautiful. That is, it only does if you want it to. We are silhouettes. And at least we don't feel the whip to our cheek whenever the wind blows, or the strips of razor-sharp words that unfurl from the lips of our enemies. But when you're a silhouette, you forget what you look like when you smile. You forget how beautiful you are, and I know every slap takes its toll, and sometimes you can only look at depth like it's an illusion, and truth like a curse given, so every lie hurts more. Because at one point, we wanted to believe, but now it seems like a life of caring is about as worth it as the burden of praying when you know for a fact that nobody is listening. And I know sometimes you're so exhausted you can't even contemplate any other option except giving in. But letting go isn't just about giving up your emotions. It's about realizing commotion is a necessity, but being empty is an option. It's about telling stress to go to hell because we've been there, and now we can tell the devil we say hello. About being able to free ourselves of all that anger and pain we keep inside, because happiness resides in the place we least expect to find it. It lies stationed within closure, hidden within resolve, and when we know more about what caused us to feel this way, then we can find the place where we came into the darkness, then we can embrace the light and say, I am alive.